What up? It's the big homie OD, AHAT.TV. I want to give you guys a recap of the Keith Murray versus Fredro Starr battle and event. I was at that event. I was at the battle. I was on stage. I seen the battle from about 1 foot away. And oh man, this battle was something else. I'll tell you what. Let me just break it down, man. I'm gonna tell you first about the battle, and then I'm gonna talk to you about some stuff that you probably didn't see on camera, but that went down on stage that was kind of interesting, that added to the battle. And then I'm gonna tell you about the event overall. So the battle between Keith Murray and Fredro Starr. It was 2 years in the making. Shout out to MC War for putting it together and persevering through all their situations that they went through and all the dilemmas that they had putting this event together. But they persevered and made it happen, which was kind of dope. You know, I got respect for them. They tried it once, it didn't work, and then they still followed through with it and made it happen the whole 2 years later. But that's you know, they deserve some credit for that. But the battle itself, before I even talk to you about who I think won and all that, let's just talk about Keith Murray for a minute. So Keith Murray, he gets to the stage first, and he had a few battles this night. Like, he didn't just battle Fredro Starr. He had a few other battles. Like, when he first got on stage, he decided he was going to battle his shadow, and he started shadow boxing. He was boxing his shadow, and Keith Murray took that 1-0. He finished it off with the Mike Tyson uppercut, and he got his shadow 1-0. I give Keith Murray that. Another battle Keith Murray had that night, and this is the funniest battle of the whole night, and made the whole Keith Murray and Fredro Starr battle like super entertaining. But the coldest battle, the most entertaining battle, was versus Sakar. And I'm saying Sakar, not cigar, but that's a bar. See, I might just start spitting right now. But the homie Sakar, S-A-Q-A-R, he runs MC War. He's one of the owners of MC War, and he was the main like referee or person that was standing in between Fredro Starr and Keith Murray, that was trying to conduct the battle and make sure it was flowing and all that stuff, passing the mic back and forth. But the Keith Murray versus Sakar battle for the microphone was the funniest thing of the night. And I'd have to go back and look at the footage to see who won that battle, but they were going back and forth for control of that microphone, and it lasted pretty much the whole battle.
All that bullshit. My name is Fredro Starr, representing Queens, New York, Brooklyn. What the fuck is up? Yo, listen, man. I represent that Onyx shit. We make motherfucking music for the streets. Throw your motherfucking guns if you representing real hip-hop in this motherfucker, man. Fuck all that bullshit. Let's go. Cut the small talk, man.
All right, heads or tails. That's all I need to know.
Go first. Fuck that. I'll go first. Let's go.
But I'm gonna give that to Keith Murray. He definitely won that 3-0. I think I give him a 3-0. Might have been a 4 or 5-0. I don't know how many rounds that battle lasted, but the battle for the microphone, that shit was cold. But another battle Keith Murray had, y'all probably didn't even notice this. Y'all didn't even notice this, but I'm gonna have to point it out to you. When Murder Mook goes up there, he says something that I thought he was taking a stab at, maybe a jab, or just putting something out there. And I thought he was referring to industry artists. But y'all listen to what Mook says, and y'all tell me, was he taking a stab at industry artists or who he was specifically talking about? Check this out.
I remember they used to try to shit on us way back when we was young. When niggas was on smack and shit, niggas wasn't getting no money from it. Niggas used to try to shit on it like, let them niggas battle rap, man. Let them little niggas battle rap. I mean, shit funny out here, boy. I promise you.
So when I heard that, I thought he was taking a stab at like industry artists. Maybe not Keith Murray and Fredro Starr specifically, but just in general taking a stab at so-called industry artists. And Keith Murray got back at him. So this is like a little battle right here. It's not a rap battle, but they getting at each other. Keith Murray versus Murder Mook. That was a little something going on right there. So Keith Murray come back and he get at Mook. Listen to what Keith Murray came back and said.
Hold on, Murder,
I've been a battle rapper since motherfucking 1985. I've been a battle motherfucking rapper before I was a professional recording artist. All my motherfucking records is battle rap. Fuck they talking about?
He talking dirty. He talking dirty. It's gonna be a fight. Yeah. You in?
So Keith Murray got back at Mook, I felt. And I don't know what Mook was saying in Keith Murray's ear, but it didn't seem like it affected Keith Murray at all. He said what he said, and he kind of got at Mook, in my opinion. So I give that Keith Murray versus Mook, I get at the Keith Murray 1-0. Or maybe 2-1, because I give Mook a round for taking the first shot just out the gate. He just came out shooting, so I give him a shot for that. But I give that battle to Keith Murray 2-1. He got at Mook. That shit was funny, yeah, man. And now let's get to the real battle. Keith Murray versus Fredro Starr. Now, if you're a battle rap fan, as in somebody that follows battle leagues, and you're up to date on the current trends and the current styles of battle rap, if you're one of those type of fans, basically the core fans of battle rap, you should have had low expectations from this battle, because you're taking two artists that are from an older era of hip hop and an older era of battle rap. And in order for them to do good, they would have to be like better than average to what we're seeing. So basically they would have to upgrade their whole style and modernize it. And even the way they write and their penmanship or whatever, they probably got the performance. You could give them that. That's granted, but as far as the pen game and punchlines and schemes and all that stuff, like they would have to upgrade on their old style a lot. And a lot of these older battle dudes, like older artists from the industry, if they're battling, I don't think a lot of them are going to upgrade their whole style. They're going to stick with what got them to where they got to. And they're basically going to stick to their guns, and they're not going to modernize. And I knew that that's what Keith Murray was going to do. I knew he was going to stick with his old style, and that's basically what he did. And it didn't help him none that he was loaded. But before we even get too far into that, I'm just saying, for the battle rap fans that watch battle leagues nowadays, you should have had low expectations from this battle, because they're just not... what they used to do back in the day is not like dope now. It's whack now. So, like me, I had low expectations for both of them. I thought Fredro was gonna win, and I said that on a few vlogs and a few interviews that I thought Fredro was gonna win. I thought he would be more able to incorporate some of the modern day style of writing into his pen game, and that's basically what he did. But for fans, for like the old hip hop fans that don't follow battle leagues, like they probably had high expectations for this, and they're not up on game on battle rap like we are, like watching all the battle leagues and knowing the more intricate bars and could understand the more intricate bars that go on nowadays. So they're probably more used to the simplified battle rap, where it's just kind of like a simple punchline talking about a specific incident or something specific or whatever, and just real easy for the general audience to get. So for those fans, it's understandable for them to have high expectations. So for those fans, I think Fredro Starr met expectations and did real good in their eyes, and they probably felt real disappointed in Keith Murray just because how he kept restarting. In his first round, he had to respit his first round 3 different times, and I think he did that in like the other rounds. He would start over and all that stuff. So I think that was more due to his being loaded. Like, it was obvious that he was on something. He was either drunk, he was on some pills or dust or whatever they saying he do or whatever. But yeah, it seemed like he was, you know, seeing him from a couple feet away and the way his eyes looked and the way he was acting, it definitely didn't seem like somebody that wasn't loaded. He showed all the signs of somebody being loaded. But I actually think Keith Murray was prepared, but he was just a little too loaded. So that's why he kept messing up and getting overhyped. And I think him being overhyped kind of messed it up. But like I said, I had low expectations for this battle. So Keith Murray, he did a little worse than I thought he was going to do. But I thought he was going to do bad out the gate. But he did worse than I thought he was going to do. And Fredro Starr, he actually met or possibly even exceeded my expectations a little bit. Not by much though, just by a little bit. He basically did what I thought he would do, maybe did a little better. But, you know, it wasn't nothing like super dope. I knew he wasn't going to say anything that we would just be like, oh, that bar was so hard or anything like that. He didn't have nothing like that, but he had some clever stuff, and some of his bars and punches were like up to date. They, you know, I think an average battle rapper would have probably got him, or would have had better content. Maybe they wouldn't have beat him performance wise, but content wise, I think an average battler would have beat him. But overall, like, my assessment of the battle overall, being there, like, it's so different being there on stage. And let me tell you about something that you guys probably didn't even see or notice if you weren't on stage. Maybe if you was even at the event, you probably didn't even notice this. You probably had to be on stage, and you probably had to be on the left side of the stage where I was on. So I'm standing on the Fredro Starr side. I'm kind of in the middle of the stage, but more to the left of the stage on the Fredro Starr side. And there's one time in the battle where, like, it's like a lot of commotion on stage, like a fight's about to break out, almost like Keith Murray and Fredro, like they get into it, or somebody pushes somebody or something, and it just gets like, you know, it just seems like there's a fight about to break out. I don't even really know who was getting into it at that time. But as that whole situation kind of calms down and they're starting to get back into the battle, like some big security guards get up on stage and they're trying to prevent the fight from breaking out. And on the Fredro Starr side, Sticky Fingers and one of the security guards get into it, as far as just like talking or whatever, like almost about to get into something, like it was about to pop off. And I think it was just about, like, the security guard probably bumped Sticky Fingers, and, you know, it's hard for him not to. The stage was crowded and it wasn't no room on there, and then they had to navigate themselves in between, like, Fredro and Keith Murray to try to keep them calm and situated and keeping everybody else from, like, jumping in or whatever. So the security guard probably bumped Sticky Fingers on accident or something like that, or either just like stepped in his way or something like that. But anyway, they started jawing back and forth, and it got heated for a minute, like it was almost about to pop off. And one thing while it was going on, I'm standing right there, it's happening like 1 foot away from me, and I just start thinking of when I seen Sticky Fingers on Celebrity Boxing at one time. And I'm thinking like, man, you ain't even got hands like that. Why you talking to this security guard like you gonna do something or whatever, man? But it was real heated. Like it was just the whole battle, not just that situation, but the way Keith Murray was acting and pushing Sakar and all that stuff. And it was live, man. Being there, it was kind of dope. Like, but I had, as far as the battle, like what they were saying, I had like super low expectations. So when you have low expectations, but shit is like entertaining, or, you know what I'm saying, just hostile a little bit, but it was still under control. They never fought. If they would have fought, it would have been all bad. Or if any violence would have broke out, it would have been all bad. But just that being on the edge, you know, it was kind of dope, man, to be honest. Like being on stage and it was getting rowdy, and, you know, I kind of like that. I like that intensity. Like they really wanted to do good, and Keith Murray was getting mad when he wasn't doing good. So he kept snatching the mic and pushing Sakar all around the stage and cutting up. But like if you judging it on regular battle rap, like battle rap league standards, man, you probably say that was like a terrible battle. Probably it was very terrible, just like the cannabis battle. But on Fredro Starr's side, like, I think Fredro did better than Joe Budden's. Like, at least Fredro has like the delivery and the presence of a battle rapper. But when I seen the Joe Budden battle, he was like too mellow with it. Like he didn't really have no fire behind what he was saying. So it kind of took away from the power of what he was saying. But Fredro like added to what he was saying. He wasn't really saying nothing super dope, but the way he was delivering it, he got the battle delivery, and it definitely helps. So overall, being there on the stage in the midst of all that intensity and craziness, it was entertaining, man. It was definitely entertaining, and it was comedy. Like I was up there dying laughing, man. It was just so funny, man. I was glad I was there, man. I was glad I was on stage and witnessed that live, because it was just one of the funniest battles I ever been to. And I watch it just to laugh. Like I don't even watch it to hear what they're saying. Just the drama of what was going on stage was it was something else, man. It was something else. But let me tell y'all before I finish this. Let me tell you. So that was my opinion on the battle. Now let me tell you about the event. The event was actually real dope. Like AHAT New York, we did the undercard battle. We had some Brooklyn artists. Shout out to Sin City and shout out to Jay Baller. They did their battle. They got it in, but the whole event was it was like a different vibe than what I'm used to at like an AHAT event. Like the AHAT events, I would say they're like more hostile, a little bit more not as comfortable. Like it was real comfortable in there. It was like a real hip hop. Like you had some celebrities in there, like or like I wouldn't even call them celebrities. I would call them more like just some known older artists in there. Like you had Mr. Cheeks in there. Who else was in there? Mr. Cheeks. You had somebody from MOP in there. DJ Envy was there. Who else was in there? Jack Thriller, he was in there. It was a couple. It was a couple heads in there from old hip hop times, from the older hip hop era that was in there, and I think that kind of just helped the vibe. Just it was like more of a hip hop vibe in there. It was like, it was real cool.
I say, we run trains on attractive bitches. What you thought? Your bitch attractive, so I come in her tracks. I'm in her mind all day, so I train her thoughts. But what you thought? You ain't got to train for me? If we get the squaring off, I put your brains on a train track and I ain't lose my train of thought.
Nigga, I hear y'all hate mine, but don't play with scrap. I should have been an NFL center. I was trained to snap. It ain't Murray's about. Let's go. Should have been an NFL center. I was trained to snap. It ain't Murray's. If I wave and cap, I'll run you off your. Talk that shit, clutch.